Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to give you your March 2016 mid-month reading. I continue to use the Gilded Tarot deck and I will still be pulling 8 cards for this reading, even though it's only looking at the last 2 weeks of the month because I feel it just gives us the most in-depth look and it's what I'm accustomed to doing. Thank you to those of you who continue to watch, listen, and subscribe to my channel. I wouldn't do this if it wasn't for you. Thank you so very much for following and for all the comments you make, both on my channel and directly through email as well. And thank you to those of you who continue to reach out for personal readings. It is always an honor and a pleasure to read for you. For those of you who are interested in personal reading, you can click on the About sign on my channel's homepage, and that will give you a little more detail and information about what I do, the services I offer, and my contact information. And you can email me at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I do readings full time, and so I'm pretty good about working with people's schedules. My turnaround time for readings is currently around 24 to 48 hours. So let's get right into this. This reading is for Leo for March 2016 mid-month. Leo, March 2016 mid-month. What does the remainder of March hold for our lions, our feisty felines? March 2016 mid-month for Leos. Okay. We begin with the Temperance card, followed by the Eight of Swords, the Sun card, followed by the Strength card, the King of Swords, followed by the Fool, and the Page of Pentacles, followed by the Five of Pentacles. And as your overall theme and general feeling for the remainder of the month, the card from the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. So let's take a look, Leo. Okay, let's begin. So we start with the Temperance card, beautiful Major Arcana card, followed by the Eight of Swords. So the Temperance card, Leo, is a Major Arcana card, the presence of which indicates something significant and profound. And in this case, and I'm kind of getting this feeling overall for the general reading for the remainder of the month for you, it feels like a lot of advice as if you're kind of in the process of trying to get something started or having started something and you're waiting for something to happen, feeling a bit impatient with it as well. The Temperance card speaks of patience. It points to being tempered, to being balanced, to being in harmony, wholeness, integration. It's also a card that speaks of healing, but I feel primarily in this, excuse me, in this reading, Leo, this is speaking more about patience, about holding yourself in balance, about not kind of getting out of whack with yourself, a sense of just holding things in balance. I feel like for the larger part of you, Leos, there's something that you've been working on, either something that you've been pulling together resources, putting the work in to begin something, or for some of you, it's going to represent a project. And you do have a couple of Swords cards and a couple of Pentacles cards, but your Crowning card is also a Pentacle. So I think for the larger point of view, what I'm feeling, the larger portion of you, what I'm feeling is it has something to do with your tangible world. You've begun something. You're either on the verge of beginning something or you've already begun something. It still has kind of a new feeling to it. This could be a new job, a new business, a new entrepreneurial enterprise of some kind. And I feel as if it's not moving as quickly as you wanted to, or you're going through a bit of a lull right now. And the Temperance card is asking you to have some patience and have some balance. I'm kind of getting a feeling, and I did when I was laying this out, that you want to kind of charge forward, you want to kind of move ahead, which is your way, Leo. You are a fire sign, and no lack of courage in you. I have this kind of restless feeling that you just kind of want to charge ahead. But I feel like the Temperance card is asking you to hold yourself back just a little bit for the remainder of March. I feel like it's calling for some balance and some patience in whatever this thing is that you've been working on. Again, I think for some of you, you're getting ready to begin something, but for others, you have already begun something that still feels kind of new. And you're wanting to push it along, I think, a little faster than it wants to go right now. So the Temperance card is asking you to have some balance and patience about this. And it's further underscored by the accompanying card, which is the Eight of Swords. Swords, the element is that of air, and swords is a suit all about how we think, our ideas, our words, our thoughts, our mindset, our perspectives. It's a very cerebral and mental suit, and it all points to what's going on up here. And the Eight of Swords is about being held hostage by your thoughts, by an idea or by a mindset, a perspective, a way of looking at something. And I feel like, Leo, again, I think for the larger portion of you, this is going to resonate as something in your tangible world, finances, resources, property, job, business, that sort of thing. And it's something you're worried about. Again, something that you've been investing in or are just about ready to begin, or a new job you've begun. Perhaps you haven't gotten that first check yet. You've started a new business, some kind of new project or enterprise. You've put a lot of work into it. You're continuing to put a lot of work into it. It just feels like it's not moving along as quickly as you want to right now. And there's some anxiety and fears and worries attached to this. And again, I feel like this desire to want to push ahead and kind of charge right forward. The Eight of Swords is about being held hostage by your fears. I feel like it's fear and anxiety, Leo. But again, paired with the Temperance card too, I feel like the Temperance card not only is asking you to have patience over whatever this thing is, it's coming. Your crowning card is the Ten of Pentacles, which is about building a solid, stable foundation for something that's going to pay off in a very prosperous and abundant way. I feel like the Temperance card is asking you to have a little patience right now. It feels again like things are kind of slow. Things feel a little, maybe, I don't know if stuck is the word or delayed. I just feel like it seems like this thing that you've been working on is moving slowly and you just want to rush it along. But really the advice here is to have some patience and try not to worry and stress yourself out too much about it. From the looks of everything in your card and your crowning card, Leo, it looks like whatever mental anxieties and fears you have, although if they're financial, they may have some grounding, some valid grounding. But I think you're letting it get. I think you're letting yourself be carried away by these fears and anxieties because, while again you may have some valid concerns about money or about whatever this new business or new job, this new enterprise is, about moving slowly, the rest of the cards look pretty good. It looks like you're on a pretty good path and you have the strength and will and determination to blow right through this thing. This Temperance card is just calling for a little bit of patience right now in this thing. And the Eight of Swords tells me that you're in a fair amount of fear and anxiety about it. You just kind of want to blow ahead through this thing. It's just not moving quickly enough. But patience, patience. You've got this one. Now, next to that, we have two wonderful major arcana cards. We have the Sun, which is your ruling planet, star, really, and the Strength card. And you know, whenever the Sun shows up before or after the Strength card, these two wonderful major arcana cards, it magnifies and increases the power of the Strength card, which is your card, Leo. This is the Leo card, and the Sun is, you know, you're ruled by the Sun. This is an absolutely fantastic combination, and it really speaks of, you know, the Sun speaks, when you think of the Sun, think of everything that the Sun brings: light, warmth, love, laughter. This is what makes and nurtures things. It makes things grow. It illuminates. This card is all about an uplifting and enlightening of something. It can be an illumination of something too, but again, I feel like success, movement, success around this thing is coming, Leo. And you just have to be a little patient right now. You just have to exercise some strength because it's going to start, things are going to start moving and you're going to start seeing a loosening of those financial restrictions. Again, I'm getting the feeling that some of you have been in some kind of financial difficulty. Your money's been very tight. Money's very tight right now. You've kind of got a lot riding on this thing that you're beginning or that you've begun. Feels like it's not moving along quite as fast as you want it to. You just want to push it, push it, push it in any way that you can. But the Sun is represents a lightening of that, an uplifting of that. This card represents having fun. This card can also represent if you're undergoing or have been undergoing financial restrictions or financial hardships. This represents a loosening, a lightening up of that burden. And it's paired with the Strength card, and it adds to the Strength card. It magnifies the Strength card. The Strength card is the Leo card. You can see there's a lion right on it too. It speaks about using it speaks about using a combination of things to keep you on the right path. This is also a card of self-acceptance and self-empowerment. It's a card that points towards a more inner kind of strength than an outward brute force, brawn kind of strength. You can see this woman has tamed the wild beast. There's a chain around his neck that she's holding in her hand. But both the chain that she's holding and how it wraps around the lion's neck is very loose. It's almost as if it's not there at all. This is about being in acceptance with it. I think part of it too is acceptance in this place that you're at right now, that there isn't anything really wrong. Whatever it is that feels slow right now, it doesn't feel like it's stopped or it's blocked or it's delayed. It just feels like you're in a bit of a lull, but I believe it's going to be very short-lived. And I think the caution here, having strength, it's lightening up. It's going to be coming, Leo. Have a little bit of patience. It's right around the corner. Have some strength, and you have it too. This combination of cards, the Sun and the Strength card too, is such a powerful combination specifically for you, Leo. It's like this is your lineup. It feels like you're going to get through this thing. You're going to push through this thing and you're going to be successful with this thing almost just on sheer will, determination, and strength alone. But again, there is a cautionary piece of advice, and I see that echoed in some of the other cards too. Be patient. Don't make any hasty moves or hasty decisions that might upset some of the balance of the work that you've already put into this thing. And try not to worry so much. This is when you definitely have everything it takes to get through this slow period, this lull in whatever this situation is. And again, I feel like it's something very directly to do with your tangible world. I'm not getting any kind of a love relationship feel off this read at all. So next to that, we have the King of Swords, followed by the Fool card, my favorite card in the Major Arcana deck. One of the most controversial too, poor Fool. So the King of Swords this can resonate a couple of different ways. This can resonate as an actual individual in your life, Leo, that comes in, that kind of helps you stay focused, stay on the narrow, see the facts, see the truth, see the reality of the situation. This is can represent an outside individual who's in your sphere, kind of helping you stay grounded so you don't kind of go off and make any bad decisions or hasty moves because, again, I'm feeling a sense of impatience. Things aren't moving the way you want them to or as quickly as you want them to. And you want to rush in and maybe do some other things to change it. But the advice is to just kind of stick. You're going to be okay. The Sun and the Strength assures me you're just going to blow right through this thing. For some of you, this is going to resonate as an actual person in your sphere who's helping you through this and helping you kind of see just kind of stay grounded and use clarity and insight, which is what the King of Swords does. This could be an air sign, which would be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or just somebody who manifests the traits of the King of Swords, somebody who's very logical, somewhat detached, comes from a mental place before a heart place, logic, cerebral, deals with the facts and the logic of a situation. But I also feel for the larger portion of you, I'm picking this up as more energies, advice energies for you to emulate for the remainder of March 2016. It feels like perhaps some of you, because whatever this thing is not moving as quickly as you would want to. There's a sense of impatience and of wanting to maybe rush in and make some changes or tweak some things here and there or push some things. And the advice is to not do that. The King of Swords says stay with it, stay clear, stay logical, consider everything. Don't go rushing in and making any spontaneous decisions or moves. Everything is going along the way that it's supposed to for a reason. You definitely have the strength, determination, and will to get through this and to remain patient and watch how this thing plays out because overall it looks really good. So the King of Swords I'm feeling more as advice energy than as an actual individual. But for some of you, this is going to be an actual individual who manifests the traits of the King of Swords, very in control of himself. But it's also asking you to try not to be so impatient, be so, fill yourself up with so many mental anxieties and concerns about this. And again, I feel that's related to money because I feel like times are a little tight right now, but they are loosening up quite quickly for you. This is asking you to be a little detached, very logical. Try not to let your emotions get caught up in this because you may find yourself saying and doing things that you may regret later. Now, the King of Swords is paired with his exact opposite, which is the Fool card. I love this card. Another Major Arcana card. And most of the time, even though this is a pretty controversial card, Most of the time, I see the Fool in a very positive light because he represents the beginning of the beginnings, that part of infinity where nothing has happened yet, so therefore everything is possible. It is the zero, the first card in the deck. Sometimes the Fool can get a bad rap because he comes across, as the idiot. This talks about going off and doing things without thinking, without planning. He's left to go on a journey. He probably hasn't packed enough socks. He's not dressed appropriately. It's all about the carpe diem of the moment. And there's some bit of advice too. This is a card also that symbolizes needing to take a leap of faith in this thing. And I think it's going to echo a couple of different ways for you, Leos. I think this combination of cards um, is saying that this thing that you're doing, the Fool represents taking a risk, but it also represents taking a leap of faith as well. And I feel like for those of you who are tempted to either go in and make some changes or try and force something to move faster than it's moving right now, the advice is not to do that. The King of Swords is asking, the energy of the King of Swords is asking you not to do that. Remain emotionally detached as much as possible. Be very clear and logical. Wait this thing out. I feel like it's only temporary and it's actually very short lived. The Fool is asking you to take a leap of faith, but also to trust that you're on the right path and enjoy the steps of the journey too. The Fool is not so goal oriented and destination focused, although it's always good to have goals and destinations and to continuously be working on them. But the Fool also reminds us to enjoy the journey, that it's more about the journey than about the destination. And really to have some faith that you're on the right path, but don't go charging ahead like the Fool sometimes tends to do. The King of Swords, the energy of the King of Swords is asking you to remain as detached as possible and watch this play out because, again, whatever this slowness is that isn't going as fast as you'd like to, I really feel like it's very short-lived. And I'm kind of looking at the rest of the spread too, Leo. And the Fool in the presence of other sword cards can represent, doing something perhaps that other people aren't in agreement with. So perhaps whatever this new job is or new business or new enterprise that you've begun, perhaps maybe other people think that you're being a little too risky about it. But you also have Three Pentacles cards in this reading too, including your crowning card. And the presence of the Fool in a reading that has a fair amount of Pentacles cards in it too represents taking a new journey, beginning something new that seems rather risky, may seem rather risky, but is actually going to end up paying off for you in a pretty nice way. So overall, still a good combination to have, but strong message there. Remain balanced. Again, we began with that Temperance card. Remain balanced, remain patient, remain moderate. The King of Swords is telling you, stay detached, stay clear, stay logical, operate on the facts of the situation. Don't get your head all torqued up. The Sun and the Strength right there, I mean, it's an absolutely fantastic combination. You have this well within your grasp to deal with. Don't go running off and exhibit the negative characteristic traits of the Fool. It is a new journey. I feel again like this is whatever this new business, job, venture is. It has a fairly new feeling to it, and it represents doing something completely new. But again, don't go off the deep end. Make sure there's water in the pool before you jump. Patience, stay moderate, stay grounded. Um, I feel like things are going to be loosening up for you very, very soon. So at or towards the end of the month, we wrap up with the Page of Pentacles, followed by the Five of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles, pages can represent young people or actual children in your life. Pages can also represent messages. And I feel like it's messages. I feel like you're waiting again because it's paired with that Five of Pentacles, which again, you're coming from this place of looking at what you don't have or what you feel you lack. It feels like times, for some of you Leos who are watching this, money's tight right now. You're having some financial difficulties. Everything just feels kind of tight. And it feels like you're waiting for something, this thing that isn't moving as quickly. You're waiting for news about something to do with this business, this job, this aspect of your tangible, concrete world. And pages can also represent new beginnings as well, not quite in the same way that an ace would, but it does represent a new, again, I feel like this thing that you've begun or are beginning is so new. Pages also represent the energy is new, enthusiastic, again, can be new beginnings, but it's something to do with your financial sector, business, jobs, something like that, property or assets. And this card, I feel like is telling you, It is coming. What you're waiting for is coming. This lull that you're in, this slowdown is temporary and very short-lived. And to try and hang on to that rather than continuously focusing on what you don't have, I'm feeling like there's a sense of want, a sense of lack, a sense of need. The Five of Pentacles shows this couple standing inside of a church window, and there's a light shining through this church window. And the light implies that, on the other side of that, there's help, there's solutions, there's resources, there's everything they need, but for some reason they're not paying attention to it. And it kind of echoes the Eight of Swords, which we began with as well. This woman is on her knees, implying a certain amount of vulnerability. She's all chained up, and she's blindfolded as well, representing all this mental anxiety that you're kind of caught up in right now. And again, I think it's about your financial worries. But nobody's holding these chains. She's not tied up to anything. She could twist her wrists, they would fall off, and she could remove her own blindfold. These two are not actually noticing the light, the help, the solution, the resources that are actually very close and quite available. And paired with the Page of Pentacles at the end of March 2016, Leo, I feel again like it feels like things are moving too slow for you. You want to charge in and do something about it. The advice is not to. This is short-lived. It's temporary. It's coming. It's right around the corner. You're going to be getting a message about this fairly soon. This thing that you're waiting for, this message, this information that you're waiting for is on its way. And to hang on to that, to have faith in that, have faith that you're on the right path. And try not to focus only on what you know, on what you don't have or what you feel that you need, because it's right there for you. It's right there waiting for you. It is coming, and it is very close. Now, again, the card that bolsters the whole feeling of this reading is just kind of a hang on. It's almost there. You've got the Ten of Pentacles, a beautiful card, all about abundance, prosperity, success, but in a step-by-step building kind of way. This is building the foundation of something that's really going to pay off for you, laying a solid foundation now, and it's really going to pay off for you. I just feel like it's not moving as quickly as you want to right now, but it is coming. This is your crowning energy over this whole thing, Leo. Tens represent the end of cycle, the wrapping up of something, the coming full circle and culmination of something. There's also a very strong family feel to this card as well. It can represent family money, family business, family estate. Whatever this thing is that you're involved in, it affects not only you, and it benefits not only you, but those closest to you, your family, your partner, your kids, whoever it is that you may be in a position to provide for. This card has a family encompassing feeling too, so it's not just about you. It's not going to benefit just your own world. It's going to positively impact the ones closest to you as well. And it's a card about building up a solid foundation. It's not quite an immediate, the chest of gold falling into your lap right now, but you're putting in the work, you're building up a solid foundation, and this is lasting. This is going to carry you through for quite some time to come, and it is your crowning energy. So again, quick recap. You've started a new job, a new business, a new enterprise, something either now or very recently. It still has a new feeling about it. You've got some mental anxieties, I think, about finances, money. It's not coming in quick enough. It's not enough right now. You want to go in and change some things, maybe force some things along. Maybe you feel discouraged and feel like giving up. But again, the advice is to stay patient, stay strong. It's going to be loosening up very, very quickly. This is temporary. This is very short-lived. Stay balanced, stay grounded. Try and stay as emotionally detached as possible. You are on a new path. Enjoy the journey as well as your goals and destinations as well. But be smart about this thing. Don't go off the deep end. Don't go charging ahead into something because you're feeling impatient. What you're waiting for is coming. I feel like it's coming quite quickly. It's very positive. Try not to get stuck up in the negativity and the lack, feeling like you don't have enough, because you are working on building up a foundation for yourself so that you will not be in lack, and your family and those that you care for will not be either. Quite a positive and beautiful reading. Be patient, Leo. I know that's difficult for you because you are the lion. You are a fire sign. But you are strength and the sun as well. You have this thing. Stay grounded, stay focused, stay strong. It's coming for you. So Leo, I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I hope that it's resonated for you. If you're interested in getting a personal one-on-one reading, again, you can click on the About sign on my channel's homepage and email me at Maggie1 McGuire. And until I see you for the April 2016 general readings, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Thanks for watching, Leo, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.